Well, my transits show my sun is square my sun today, and my sun is also square or the sun is square my Mercury. Oh man, I don't know what to think or do. I just kind of having a lazy day, I feel like I wish my car and my house were all magically cleaned out. I love nature. I love my life. I love time. it, I feel a little confused about it though sometimes. Like I have a day off. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I go visit the Burning Man people on Mondays. I'll do that, and then afterwards I'll go to the gym, and then I'll come home, and that'll put me about 10:15. Well, I get home and I get lazy, and I end up taking a half a nap and playing some internet on the TV or whatever, and then it's like 8 o'clock. No, it was 7 o'clock, which is the time they stopped giving 2-for-1 beers at the Burning Man bar. But, a lot of people don't even show up till then. So, right at that moment of laziness, I need to learn. I need to learn how to counteract my inclination. In Taoism, there's this concept called the mysterious female. And I'm not sure if I'm interpreting it right, but my interpretation is this profound understanding, which is so evident. It's like, imagine reality, future reality. Like you're compelled to eat a pizza, like you just driven to it or whatever it is. It's this idea that a person, myself in this case, flows into, like like playing a video game or eating something that is questionable in terms of how healthy it is, but very compelling in terms of my body energy. What's up? So here we are on Earth, and we have this body that we're working with. It's helping navigate, but it requires things like I have to bathe my body, I have to feed my body. My body craves things like sex and companionship. I have to deal with these body things. Well, let's face it, food is enjoyable. Food is something in and of itself. It's not just maintenance. It's the, the, the delight of living. Part of the delight of living is eating food. So food is maintenance, but food is also part of the fun of life. Now, if I look across my life and think, oh, what great things may I do? Well, eating a lot of good meals rarely makes that list. Being famous for having great songs about God or, doing great things with business and people and social things. Raising my kundalini. These are the things that strike me as like, wow, that's the good life. But life is made up of day upon day upon day upon day upon day. And all of these days contain all these little choices. And these choices a lot of times are involving compulsion, being compelled to do something. And when I think of it as this mysterious female, the thing drawing me into reality, into life, into circumstances, I, I'm a student. I'm a student of this. So even though mostly I eat mostly vegetarian, mostly vegan, I'll sometimes still crave ice cream or pizza. Or yesterday, it was the weirdest thing. A couple of times I drove by places that smelled like fair food, like that fried food smell, and it just got in my mind for fish sticks or those bigger pieces of frozen fish. Now, fish has a lot of methionine, You know, that fried stuff has got a lot of that batter isn't healthy for a person. But I was compelled, and I was formerly stoned, so I was hungry for it. And it, it's those moments that are most applicable to, for me, for my growth, for my capacity of power over myself, with myself. Because unless I'm arguing with myself, unless it seems like offensive somehow, I'll just like let myself do it. Now, I'm not declared strict vegan. I think that that's a better lifestyle than otherwise, but I'm not. So I went to the store and bought a thing of fish, baked up some fish, boiled some potatoes, had some kale. Seemed okay. But I know if I take a step back that's not what I want. I know that's not the kind of food I want to eat. Fried fish? It's tricky. When I was in India, there was a place and they pulled a lot of fish out of the ocean right there. And they had such good, fresh, fried fish. At this my phone. So at those moments where things seem most easy and wonderful to go in a particular direction, and that back of your mind awareness knows better, knows that ultimately that's not what you want for yourself. Those are the most vital moments. And oftentimes there's no cheerleading group saying, right, you're making the good decision. Yes, 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 you're right, you're right. It's almost like, you're standing a person in those circumstances. It seems like I'm standing against the wind, walking this way and the wind's coming like this way. Seems like I'm battling some part of myself. Any activity engaged in, it should be thought of as a habit, even if it's just like a once in a while or one time thing. Do I want this as a habit? No circumstance exists in a vacuum. No event or idea exists in a vacuum. If you're taking action or doing something, it exists with relation to the rest of your life. Every time you do anything, it's more likely to become a habit. So, am I fasting? Am I gonna drink an energy drink? Am I drinking coffee? Am I drinking tea? I don't know if it's my astrological alignments for today. I just feel like, oh man. Ah, a little horoscope tip said, don't be too forceful. Don't be forceful today. Or you're in danger of being too forceful with something. Sometimes I just want to be immortal. Eat ice cream, play video games or something. Really, if I had the day off again today, I would go right back out to the mountain with my guitar and sit and play music. Take some kratom, smoke some weed, and just kick back on a sheepskin. You know, I, I I love this life. I love it. I just feel that maybe sometimes I'm wasting too much of it. Ooh. And it's not like you can just call up your local doctor and say, "Hey, what's the right thing to do?" I mean, how many of us really have that sort of priestly mentor in our lives? A lot of us don't. And even the people that do, it's like unless you have a special relationship with somebody who can give you good advice, usually that person's busy. Smart, good people are busy. And if you're anything like me, which in some ways I hope, pray that you're not, because I get confused sometimes. If you're anything like me, you got a lot of things going on with a lot of potentials and a lot of possibilities. And these things aren't in isolation. They're all connected to one another. So you make a change here, then all of these change. It's like every decision a person makes changes the opportunities for the other decisions. So it's this giant multi-dimensional Rubik's Cube that it's difficult to wrap a person's mind around. And then if you're asking advice from somebody, there's been times where I wanted to ask advice to somebody, and just trying to catch them up on to speed makes them go, oh my gosh, there's too much stuff. Too many elements and dynamics, so there's nobody coming to save you. There's nobody coming to give you the magic answer. Let us pray. Let us pray that God will give us some clarity and that we will be powerful enough to take advantage of those opportunities when they present themselves. God bless you. Good luck. Wish me luck.